Inside pretty much every single piece of electronics you own, there's this tiny, unassuming component. But here's the thing. Lurking inside this part is a hidden story of failure, a silent process of self-destruction that can bring your favorite gadgets to a grinding halt.
And I mean everything. We're talking the space heater under your desk, the power supply in your computer, you name it. This little component is absolutely everywhere, just quietly doing its job. That is, until it's not.
So what's the deal? Why is this incredibly common part failing so catastrophically? Well, the answer is probably not what you're thinking, and honestly, it might just surprise you. Okay, so the component we're putting under the microscope here is called a metallized film capacitor. Its whole job is to store an electrical charge, which we measure as capacitance. You can kind of think of it like a tiny, super fast battery that smooths out the flow of electricity. But the problem we're seeing? In a whole bunch of failed devices, that capacitance is, well, it's just disappearing.
And just look at the scale of this failure. It's kind of wild. We have a capacitor from a heater, right? It's supposed to be 220 nanofarads, but now it's measuring just over 100. It's lost more than half its capacity. But then you look at the one from the power supply. Wow. It has lost a staggering 91% of its value. This isn't just some minor defect. We're talking about a total functional collapse.
So what on earth could be causing this? Well, for years, the prime suspect has been this really clever design feature called self-healing. And believe it or not, it's actually designed to prevent a total failure. The idea behind it is actually pretty brilliant. If there's a voltage spike or some tiny impurity, a little plasma arc forms inside the capacitor. This arc instantly vaporizes a microscopic patch of the metal film, creating an insulated hole. It's like having a tiny built-in firefighter that puts out electrical sparks before they can burn the whole place down. The capacitor is saved from shorting out, but it does lose a minuscule amount of its total area. It literally heals itself. So the theory goes that over thousands and thousands of these little self-healing events, the capacitor just slowly loses its ability to store a charge. I mean, it seems like a perfectly logical explanation for a 90% loss of capacitance, right? Well, that's what we thought too, until we decided to look inside.
To really solve this mystery, there was only one way to go. We had to perform a component autopsy. That means carefully unrolling the capacitor, layer by delicate layer, to see the damage up close.
But first, let's look at a brand new, perfectly healthy capacitor. On the inside, it's basically this jelly roll of incredibly thin plastic, which has been coated with a vapor-thin layer of metal. It's clean, it's uniform. This is our baseline. This is what good is supposed to look like.
And this is the exact moment our whole theory just completely fell apart. We went in expecting to find thousands of tiny, distinct pinholes, the little battle scars from all those self-healing events. But what we actually found was something else entirely. We saw these massive, blotchy areas, strange cracks that looked like lightning bolts, and these long, squiggly lines of damage. This looked nothing, and I mean nothing, like the theory predicted.
So here's the thing. The physical evidence just didn't add up. The damage wasn't localized in tiny spots. It was everywhere, all the way through the entire roll. This wasn't a case of slow, graceful degradation. This was something else, something more sinister. When the evidence just makes no sense, you call in an expert. So we presented all our findings to Ron Demko, a guy who's been a capacitor engineer for 40 years, a true veteran. And his verdict? It was immediate, and it completely changed our whole understanding of the problem. He said, forget the complicated self-healing theory for this level of failure. The real culprit, he said, was much simpler and way more common. It was water. And that brings us to the real killer here. It's a phenomenon called moisture ingress. It's basically how the humid air all around us can become a silent electronic saboteur. See, these capacitors, they're not perfectly sealed. The technical term is non-hermetic. So over time, tiny amounts of moisture from the air can actually work their way inside that epoxy casing and get trapped right up against that super delicate metal film. And once that water gets inside, it goes to work. It kicks off an electrochemical reaction with the aluminum metallization. And remember, that layer is only about 100 angstroms thick. We're talking atoms thin. The metal literally corrodes and oxidizes away, disappearing into nothing. That's what creates those huge blotchy patterns and cracks we saw. And of course, as the conductive metal vanishes, so does the capacitance. So let's just be crystal clear about this. The self-healing process, it's real. It's probably what creates some of the smaller pinpricks you might see.
But that massive, widespread damage, the kind that leads to a 90% loss in performance, that's moisture, just slowly and silently eating the component from the inside out.
This whole thing just goes to show you even the most common, simple-looking parts have these incredibly complex stories of chemistry and physics to tell. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If this is the secret failure story of a simple capacitor, what other hidden dramas are unfolding inside all the other technology we rely on every single day?